Hey, greetings everyone. It is GleeCon, and I'm back again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Happy to be here. On our last episode, we read through the Defius Brotherhood, some information about one of the more interesting factions of the Warcraft Classic era, and mayhap all of World of Warcraft. Pretty cool information on there, so check that episode out if you are interested. It is from the Dungeons and Dragons perspective. But despite that, it's pretty cool. We've also been playing through World of Warcraft Classic. Actually, on our last playthrough, we played with our boy Erator here. He did part of a trio, so Nessingwary will be continuing that. And for some reason, I had it in my head that that would just be next. But actually, we're going to hop on to Varrock, our Orc Warrior. So stay a while and listen as we continue to his journey where he's going through the Barrens. And he's the last one left. The others have moved on to Stone Talon Mountains and Ashenvale. Actually, they're class quests. But old Varrock here is, I haven't played with him since I updated Questy. Also, at the advice of my loyal fans, I have picked up the voiceover mod, which supposedly lets you hear voiceover of all text that appears here from quest characters. So basically like the orange lettering and the quests that you pick up. And we have plenty. We have Trial at the Field of Giants, which is just waiting for us. If you look here, we also have these drop quests. So yeah, we're just going to jump in. It's about 8:21. We're going to give it an hour. This could go great. This could go poor, mostly because of the horror that is finding the Harvester. I have found that on one. This is the only character we're going to grind that out with, and we're just going to do other things and keep taking a peek. But yeah, so let's check out what this is like on this.
To pass this trial, you must travel south to the Field of Giants. There you will find a host of crawling insect creatures. They are new to the Barrens, and I do not like what they herald. Bring me their still twitching antennae and waste no time, adventurer, for harvested antennae will not twitch for long. Bring me the antennae in the time allowed, and you will pass the trial.
Well, they do pronounce the plural of antenna, which is antennae, correctly, so points for that. And it sounds... I read... I was kind of reading some reviews on this. I'm just trying to decide which way to go. And I read that it's kind of like a chat GPT style thing. So it is a computer that reads the text, but obviously, as you could hear there, it did a pretty good job. You could hear the modulation, how it's a regular kind of computer voice that's been lowered some octaves, but that's okay also, because heck, that's what we try to do with our own voices, and it is all it's all good. So that was cool. We're gonna roll with that. I'm not gonna uninstall it, that's for sure. And I think that obviously that sounds better than me and my sad little attempt at that. So the reason why I dropped that quest or didn't keep it is it's kind of sort of on a timer. It's actually not really on a timer. What it is, it's on a, it is on, once you pick up the antennae, there's a timer. So, oh goodness. Alright, so I gotta get back in the groove of playing Varrock. I haven't done this in a little while with him. So I think when I don't really need to work on Sunder Armor when I'm soloing, I just should be putting my shield up and then blocking and revenging as needed. I think I believe I read somewhere like you can use Heroic Strike as a dump for rage. Yeah, other than that, we'll go ahead and mute them, get a lot going, and then that's just kind of it. So it's kind of boring to solo this, but it's pretty survivable. It's pretty hefty there, and you basically revenge just constantly all day up. Yeah, there we go. We got the Thunderhawk wings. I don't remember what we needed that for, but that was something right back there at the camp. We'll worry about turning that in a minute. Now there is the elite patrol. I do not think we're going to be able to take it on our own. This runed scroll. It's a ridiculously hard quest. But we can go ahead and look for Oatanka while we're walking around. We're we're basically at a part, this southern part of the Barrens, the quote-unquote hunting. You are, for the most part, just looking for, I wouldn't even call them rare spawns, maybe uncommon spawns. Unique spawns is probably a better way to think about them, because, like, none of them are really that rare. That's a Barrens Coda. We don't need that. We need the lightning glands as well. Oh, we also need bristleback quillboar. That's probably what we should actually start with. We also haven't looked at Mancrick's wife, so we should do that. I probably should have looked at this. We have the deep moss spider eggs to look at. We have those bristleback quillboar, so we got some quests to do. I'm a little bit worried about killing that old. Actually, you know what? I can't help it. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna go just take a peek and see if we get lucky and harvesters there, because it is that rare. You might just walk up and find him. It's a pretty. There's Owatonka, which we needed him anyway, so there you go. But it is. It's pretty. Not just pretty. It's crazy rare. I'm just not close enough. The hitboxes on these thunder lizards are so annoying.
Not enough read.
I feel like I'm just not even. I mean, it's pretty good though. Like by the time that shield block wears off, I pretty much it's the time it wears off up there, I can cast it again. I mean, I guess he's pretty solid. I'm gonna level up soon too. I guess maybe after this episode. I do not know who he was just. Shocking, but okay, we got his tail spike, which this opens up a quest. Oh, that's why my life is weird. My life is going through. I might have to bust out some. I have a potion, so I'll have to maybe try to hit a little more. Oh, I forgot you can. You can bandages that I can shield bash or whatever it's called. I can interrupt their lightning cast and then stop them from casting lightning. I probably should do that. Alright, so let's see if it reads this tail spike. No, it doesn't because there's no voice on this one. When touched, sparks fly from the tail spike of Owatonka. We have now accepted that quest, probably when we turn it in. But let's go look for the harvester, just because it's like playing the lotto. We just got to keep checking every single time in between everything that we do. I'll mine for the stuff. Yeah, my mine. That's about where Erator's mining is as well. So, except Erator, I screwed up. I think he's actually lower. I don't know. Like, he's to the part where I have all this bronze. Yeah, I guess the same kind of deal. You got to be careful because you get yourself in a boat where you can start moving your character into a zone where there's tin needed, or where you're getting tin, and that gives you all this bronze before you ever get to the part where you can harvest. So we just need to harvest the heck out of copper, not be lazy about it. Alright, again, I'm just kind of looking around. I'm also keeping my eye out for the rune scroll, the characters that go along with that. It says the twitching antennae is there. Care so much about that. I kind of actually did go down. So down in here, anywhere in these two fields, the way that Questy has it drawn, it's like a kind of a zigzag line. That's just like Questy was being, I don't know. They let their like 2-year-old child get the crayon box to do that quest, because it's not at all. It just is. It's trying to indicate that in those general areas, anywhere could he spawn, and that's what you're taking. That's what you're supposed to take from that, which is fine. if you're in there looking at that zigzag line, chances are you'll encounter him anyway. I only found him once, like I said. I found him with over the many days that Milady and myself were questing in the Barrens with our trolls, and we just kept hitting up multiple times. Sometimes we would kind of farm the area just for a few minutes. We must have ran by and checked it 20 times at least on various different occasions over the course of a few weeks, and or at least a couple weeks. And finally, just one day we were walking by and it was just there. We just happened to luck onto it. And I'm not sure if it's that it has a ridiculous spawn time, because if you look at Wowhead, people are like, oh, I don't know, maybe the spawn time's like a couple weeks. No. I highly doubt it's anything more than a couple hours. I just think that it's conspicuous, and it's in a conspicuous questing zone. So that's kind of what we have to do. So we are now in the Field of Giants. Keep an eye out for the rune scroll. I found him over here. He's like a... He basically looks like a harvester, but he's bigger. So he's in this little zone. I don't want to kill these bugs so much yet, because... Well, I mean, I guess fine. We'll take a peek at what our timer gets us on. If you pop that, I think, before it opens, then you can avoid the little babies coming out. He's got another one. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of what they do. Just like little baby eggs come out. Whatever. They're not. They're like one shot eggs when they come out. And it doesn't really matter that I leveled up. I wasn't in a. I guess I could put that on there. See, then now we've got the twitching antennae. He can. This one will continue to summon babies. Also, it's kind of annoying. You can kind of stay on top of it like I'm doing, or if you have any kind of weak AoE, like Arcane Blast or something like that, or Thunder, yeah, like, so now he's put a bunch. And now what I'll do is I'll start just throwing beats. Because they don't do individually, as you can see, they're not doing a ton of damage. They're just annoying little buttholes. So if you look at this, we have 15-minute only duration. So now that we've picked this up, we're like on a ticking timer. We've got to get going. But we came all this way, so I'm at least going to keep an eye out for the harvester. When I found him, maybe he was this far deep in there. He was just kind of chilling in a spot, and he was pretty conspicuous, like I said. Like, he looked different than the other bugs in the area. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. He might have looked like one of these. I don't know. So now, I really hate these swimmers. I also don't have the... Let's see, I just want to kill him and then I'll worry about his stupid thing. Because they are annoying, and they are doing exactly what their name indicates. They're swarming, and they stick. Okay, so... Oh, what a jerk. That's unfortunate, because now I don't believe I have, and his little babies are coming after me. What I'll do is I'll smack this intimidating shout down, if I have to, but oh, they already stopped chasing me. Okay. Do I have any food stored in here? See any? Okay, so like I said, we're on this 15-minute timer. We have 3. Each one takes its own slot. All right, so we'll try to fight the creepers instead because those swimmers are annoying. And I don't have, unless I switch over to battle stance, I don't really have a consistent AoE. So, like if you use Thunderclap or whatever, that's what I did with my warrior, then it's fine. Then you're okay. See, and that was fine. We got 4 out of 5. There's a copper vein. We could probably actually be okay using that. I think we're fine on our 15 minutes timer. Then I guess we're gonna run. I didn't see the harvester. We could look on the other side of the field. Got a little bit dense. Oh yeah, I'm 24. I'm not like a slouch, but I feel like these guys were hitting me pretty hard. But we have to come back here for some quests anyway. And so, let's get this last creeper. This should give us our last twitching antennae. And I'm using the shouts. But yeah, it's really not that fun to quest as a protection warrior. Not at this level. I mean, maybe get some stuff, we'll get some better rage generation. But just stay on top of the shielding and the... Alright, so we got our 5 antennae. We can peek across the field, because he does technically... He can, hypothetically, according to Questy, appear on this side, and I would gladly redo this quest if it meant that we got to have the harvester. It's just that rare of a spawn. Although from what I understand, from what I've read, I've read much less accounts of people finding him on this side of the road. Not none, but less. And as you can see, I don't really see. I feel like we would probably see him with some pop in there, and I think he looks noticeably different enough that you would tell. I also don't want to mess around too much when we have a particular type. So the rune scroll, conversely, is not. That's different. That person is patrolling all the time. If you go in their path, which is pretty big, it goes all the way, like, half of the Barrens. So that, I guess, but it's she, when I say she, it's really, it's a 4-pack. She is pretty... See, look, I have retaliation. Fire's battle stance. Wonder if you could pop that bad boy. Oh, do I have... Oh, I don't have my Blood Fury. I need to have that in my defensive stance too. That's... I think I should. My racial. Yeah, I should have this. Increases base melee power and it reduces healing effects on you. Oh. Okay, well I guess I don't want that. That doesn't have a place inside my tanking. Alright, and I'm just kind of skimming this just in case we find somebody that gives a shout out for some of the stuff that we need to ignore that. Not worth it, mate. Let's hear some more of our the add-on that I use is called Voice, that I downloaded is called VoiceOver. Just did a quick Google search of an add-on that worked with Classic that would read the quest to you, and that seemed to be a consensus suggestion on Google search and a couple message boards. So brief homework, and generally had positive reviews. So I was like, all right, I'm on board. Sign me up. Okay, so this is that's not the one that we need. Oh, we want that twitching antenna one.
What brings you here?
Do you have the antennae? If so, then give them to me quickly, for twitching antennae do not twitch forever.
Nicely done, adventurer.
Look.
In passing the trial at the Field of Giants, you take one more step down the adventurer's path. Thungrim Firegaze, an orc blacksmith of renown, has heard of your continued deeds of valor in service of the Horde. He would like to fashion for you a suit of armor and bids you speak with him immediately. Thungrim is camped east of the crossroads in the Barrens.
Okay, cool. I would say, yeah, if you look at it, it's right there. That's pretty low level. I wonder if this is a... I don't even have to wonder. I can look at my thing. Yeah, this is a warrior quest line. So...
Although we call this land the Barrens, to one who knows where to
Even the
look,
flavor
this
text.
place teems with life.
It's cool. Okay, let's do our Cry of the Thunderhawk. So, the interstitial. The starting and ending, it does, but that interstitial, it doesn't read for us. It is done. Have you slain the Thunderhawk?
You, like the Thunderhawk, should be proud. You have bested every foe we set you before and have done so with strength, courage, and honor. But your path, adventurer, continues. In fact, you will find the true hunters forever strive, forever walk their path with the same pride you have shown me. Now it is time to move on.
Okay, I'm going to pick up the staff because the shield is pretty much identical to what I have, but 3 stamina versus the 2 strength, 2 spirit. That's a tough call. Tough call. Because otherwise it's exactly the same. It is same armor, same block. I would lose the strength to gain the 3 stamina. Do I want the hit points? So that's all that stamina is going to do for me. Or do I want to keep the strength, which increases my melee and my block. And spirit, which gives me my health regeneration rate. I think I'm going to keep what I have.
You have hunted the beasts of the Barrens. Your spirit is strong, but a hunter must always be prepared. A true hunter can stalk prey down any path.
Okay.
Mountains and swamps will not sway him, not even the sea. Find my sister Marin. She hunts the great water beasts along the coast. She will be your teacher in their ways, but be wary in your search for her, for the Barrens coast is held by humans.
Gross. Alright, so she said now we have a couple quests kind of setting us back up that way, and we'll take a peek at that, but we have some other stuff here.
What brings you here?
Varrock, there is a new power behind your eyes. You have met with the mighty Owatanka, have you not?
The thunder lizard Owatanka is called Blue Bolt by the Tauren, for within him resides a speed that belies his size. It is said that lightning struck Blue Bolt long ago, and, fed from the sky's rage, the great beast's energy is without limit. May his energy flow through you, adventurer, for you now keep pace with Owatanka.
Right.
We shall meet.
Okay, so I don't know why, I kind of flashed, and I got no buffs or anything from it, but... Alright, so that's good. We have busted out a few quests, you know, just from watching this show. That is rare, that we can bust a few out in one sitting. That's a bind on equip leather. Don't need it. It's the one that was very close. That either. Boom, boom. Remember, I don't think he can cook. He's not a cook, so we can sell that. The blood shards will save because we're kind of in that vicinity. Yeah, I can continue to make wool bandages. Kind of save that. I don't need the linen, and I don't use. Let that go. Alright, so let's see. Let's make a plan what we're going to do now as we continue. We still need. Well, we have a letter to Jin Zil. I think that is. Yeah, that's if we wanted to go out to the Stone Talons. And we will do that on the. I guess, like, on the way. I'll squeeze that in whenever. It's not a big deal. We do need the deep moss spider eggs still. We also need these tribes at war to kill these bristlebacks. We also have 21 Ziz physics. That is also a breadcrumb that leads us out to the Stone Talon Mountains. So, I don't know that we're gonna. Those might be ones that we save for our Tauren. I'll just keep them in there. So we do have the Silithid eggs we need to grind out from here. But, alright, And we have deep moss spider eggs. Oh, deep moss spider eggs are... That's a quest that we do in Stone Talon Mountains. That's also one that we're going to skip. Because that is one that... Well, I don't know. I guess it's kind of a toughie on the side. I guess we'll have to check and see. I did that quest. I just don't remember if I did it. If I have that quest on the torrent. I guess we'll check it out. So for now, we're going to keep it, and we'll see if we can keep that in our brain about whether or not we did it. So it looks like we're going to go do the Tribes at War. Fight these bristleback. We'll keep looking. We'll look for Lakota Mani while we're up there as well. And then we'll keep our eyes out for that Eon, whatever, Swift Strider. So she is a patrolling mob pack of 4 very tough elites. I had a level 26 warrior, and my wife was like a 26 healing shaman, and even the two of us together, we could not do it. We ended up recruiting a third, a rogue, who was probably right around our level, and between the 3 of us, we were then able to do it. So, okay, do we need water seekers? Yes, we need the tusks for Mancrick, and we also need to kill the water seekers. So these guys aren't even worth XP. So it's a shame. Whatever it is, what it is. Okay, so we got that, and we got some of the 60 tusks that we need, of course. Yeah, I'm not even worried about this. Now I would use leave, I guess. But I mean, whatever. So, yeah, like I don't really have a strong need to rage dump. I'm not generating enough rage to rage dump. There we go. He should run. Okay. We did not need that hunter in terms of quest kills, but we are getting 2 each. We do need a total of 6 water seekers. We also need 12 thorn weavers and 12 geomancers, and because these guys aren't even worth XP. Oh wait, I leveled up at some point. Didn't even notice when it happened. I forgot. Oh yeah, I remember. It was in the middle of that fight with the Silithid, or I think, and I was like, whatever. It was at a time when it wasn't really helpful. I do not remember. I don't remember what I started looking for, so go ahead and let's take a peek at some of this. Classic, I don't care that I'm in the middle of a fight. Classic, WoW, warrior, tank, talents. Okay. Icy Veins, I like that, and oh, he's run off on me. Hopefully when he comes back he doesn't bring... Oh, we have the hunter. He did bring a friend. So... Who did that to me? There he is. There's him. So now we're gonna have to see if I can survive, since I did put myself in a dumb situation. I survived. What are our bandages going? Okay, so I think I was going with the defensive build. I had the shield. I have the 5 toughness and the 2 to my bloodthirst. I don't have anything in fury or arms yet, although my DPS is starting to suffer, so whatever. Eventually I'll do that. In this rank I have picked up not last stand. That's what I think I wanted. Gives me that ability to temporarily grant me hit points. I do have the 1 point on that. 3, and then it wants me to max these out. I'll also reduce Thunder armor cost. I will also reduce cooldown, sure. And they say giving a point into the shield wall. I don't believe I have that talent yet. They want 1 for concussive blow. which is a stun, another interrupt. That's good. All 5 points in one-handed weapons before I finally get shield slam. Dispels magic, generates threat. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and pick this last stand. Add that move. So yeah, 5, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so now I've opened up this, so that will give me the option. Do I continue to increase my defensive? Maybe. Or do I go with Sunder, cheapening Sunder? I feel like the taunt one, I don't care as much about that. If Revenge also stunning, that's actually kind of cool. Cheapening Sunder armor is nice, but not. All right, so I think that's what I do. I think I will. I don't care as much about those two. I think I want that Revenge stun, and then I'll continue to work on defense. When I go down here, yeah, that's enough to look at. So what did I just gain? I gained the ability to. Oh, I should probably put that on the toolbar. Use it from time to time. So I have this last stand kind of ultimate defensive move. That's a shout. What is it? 3-minute cooldown. 12-second cooldown. Yeah, I guess I don't know exactly where I want it because 10-minute cooldown. So it's sort of like a very rare defensive move for myself. Not very rare. Alright, so we are going to now not use my just all kinds of bad. Alright, so let's save our Quillbore, our hunting of specific bristleback. We're not going to go out of our way and just kill everyone we see. Let's try to kill just the ones we need, and then yeah, because I still need 24 others. We're about halfway through our episode, so we're actually doing good. Like, there's plenty of good questions. All right, so Thornweavers and Geomancers are what we need now. So let's move up for those next two types. Again, keeping our eye out for Lakotamani. I don't remember what he looks like at all. And he can appear in a few spots. I think it's like a thunder, like one of those winged snakes. Yeah, I guess I don't need to do the defensive thing unless I am really gonna fight a pack. Go, we got a Thornweaver. I mean, these guys are so good. Thunder his armor. Which again, Sunder armor is nothing special. Its primary purpose is that it's really good at drawing red. So, oh, there's some copper. So it's really good. It's essential in dungeons. All right, but old Varrock, he's just continuing to plug along, and now we have some time. He can fly back, and I guess I could do that off camera, but how's it, Legacy? Oh, he's fine. So he should be able to learn all of his moves. I actually am gonna get XP for this. I can't. So kill these Thornweavers. I guess they're a little bit tougher. Man, Crick will be happy that. Oh, I don't know where we have his little dead wife coming from. It's called Lost in Battle, and I don't see it on my quest thing. Okay, it's good that he ran a little bit over. Alright, so now I do have, since I've been kind of like not staying on top of my things, I do have rage I could dump. But yeah, I wonder If you look at, see, it is appearing here. It's just not appearing over here, and that's just an annoyance of questing. One of its things that it does. So on the way back up to turn this in, we'll just have to make sure we get that. I mean, it's showing it on the map. It's showing it every other spot that matters. It's just not showing it on my little side quest, my quest tracker. I don't see it unless I'm somehow... These guys are... Okay, so we got 5 of those done. I don't need that kind. Don't need the hunters. Just a lot of hunters. Okay, there is a ore over there. It's a tin. Take some of that. But I really got to be careful because I don't need that much tin. There's a thorn weaver. We need more of those. The core stones are nice though. The core stones will help me level up. But I'll do all that off camera. Let me make sure. Yeah. No need getting you guys to watch that portion of the activities. There's another. Just spawned right behind me. Not whatever. Another ore. Maybe it didn't just spawn, but Varrock just noticed it. Yeah, see, he's casting Entangle, but that's actually okay. I don't care. I guess if they were consistently getting away from me, I could well, actually, Hamstring I think requires battle stance. But I could at least whack them with a bleed. Notice we keep getting blood shards from everything. I can't remember if I talked about that on the previous level, but that guy in the cage, you might have to complete his quest line first, I don't remember, but he will, he gives you pretty potent buffs. Give him those crystals. I think the buff the cost of the buff in crystals depends on what buff you want. Did Rend drop already? It means I'm guessing someone killed either Rend or Maim. Well, obviously, probably Rend. Who we just read about that in one of our recent episodes, that he lives in Blackrock Mountain and is a slave of Nefarian? Neltharian? I don't know. I don't know. Remember, Shield Bash could interrupt them. I'm gonna fight my way through to this guy. So yeah, these guys are worth some XP, which is good. Yeah. So on this level, we've hit 24. And we're a quarter of the way to the next level, so that's good. So we're just grinding away. I am starting to get my rage right there was starting to get low. That's it. It goes by rage dump, and you can choose, I guess. Oh, I got a runic staff. Offhand, I don't equip Nido. Useless for my character, but cool. Alright, so we can continue, I guess, going to the north. It does look like it says that there are more guys over to the right. I guess I'll hit up the north. We need 3 more Thorn Weavers. We have yet to get a Geomancer, so I gotta keep going after this ore. So I guess on our next one, now that I've opened that next tier, it doesn't even matter. I'm going to go after the revenge stuns, because I think that will be nice since I'm basically just leaning into constant revenges. That would just add a bunch of stuns into my repertoire. So that's good, and I could probably, if I tabbed, get smart with that. I don't know if it says that there's a limit. It just says that there's a 15% chance. So ultimately, I guess, probably no limit. Will be a no-limit soldier, but ultimately, see it. There you go. There's some smartness. I was smart on that one. Hey, you geomancer, we finally got us one. I did it. That's my southern accent. Don't know why it's not better. Sorry, and my mom. Nobody in my family has a southern accent. I do live in the south. It's just no accents. I like to have, or I like to think that my accent, I guess I probably have a little bit of an accent, kind of a weird one, I don't know. What my wife says, my wife and I are from the same area, more or less, like one city apart from each other growing up. But, oh, I'm not. But she says I pronounce certain things in a unique way. And I guess we all do. But I like to think that in general, I heard it said somewhere, I don't remember where I read this. They say that he's shooting me. Yes, he is. Oh, with a poison. I think I read something like they train like TV anchors, and that's why they sound the way they sound. Like they train them to speak with a non-regionally specific dialect, and I guess that helps you appeal to a wider range of viewers if you're a news person. I don't know. I read that somewhere, or heard it somewhere, but now I don't talk the way I talk because of any like goal like that. But when I heard that, I was like, I think that's what I have. I think I'm a non-regionally specific. Although I do think, especially as I get older, there are little affectations that come out like they're more like things that I've adopted over the years that I just kind of like. I like the way that, you know, certain words being pronounced certain ways, and I think it also depends on the context of, you know, what you're doing. Like right now I'm talking about my own accent or lack thereof. And so now I'm like dropping the G's off my words, and it's making me sound more southern. I can hear it in my own voice. It's not intentional. Like, dang it, right when I'm sitting here trying to say I do not have an accent. Just prove myself a liar. Alright, so we are really murdering a lot here. I think Mancrick should be happy with us. We have 5 plus 3, 8. So we have 8. Oh my god. We need 8 more specific types of little turkeys. And then we still need 15 more tusks. So, solid. Altogether, we would have needed 30, so a quarter of 30 would be about 7 or 8, and yeah, that's what we're at. So we're right on pace, because we're 3/4 of the way done with the tusks, and we're about 3/4 of the way done with our killing. We've killed, the hunters just keep popping up from here to there. There's nothing we can really do about it. It says that we can kill bristlebacks over here, according to Questy, but I don't see any. I guess there's another pocket of them over here. Alrighty. So you guys, I'm sure you've seen that they are going to make a hardcore dedicated servers now. So that's cool. I don't really have a desire to do that on this show, because I think maybe I talked about this already. There's nothing lore related really about it. Just taking what already exists and you know, putting adding something that they see that the community wants. I mean, it's good part on Blizzard. Good job by you, Blizzard. Oh, good job. Yeah, because people like it, and I gotta say, on Diablo, I play. I mean, I have the character, like I told you, that I'm doing completionist with. So that I've mentioned before. So I do have, and that person is getting pretty close to calling it a wrap. I think my character is. They're not quite Torment 4 ready. I could probably try to swing it. They're around level 63. It says it's recommended that you go there. You switch to the hardest difficulty level, Torment 4, when you were about level 70. It's just slow going, but I am very close to. I think Hunter came from behind. I'm very close to 100%ing like all the content, which is cool. But meanwhile, I play that game with my son. He's into it, so I've talked him into giving it a go on some hardcore characters. So we have some hardcore. I'll probably play that with him a little bit later tonight, after this episode. But I've also been going with a hardcore of my own, and it's just fun. You get those. I can see why people do it, why it's so popular. You really get those butthole clenching moments where you are just.
I'm out of range.
Close calls, and I'm sure you can also have. Comes to the territory, you'll have gut wrenching moments too. Even just playing around and doing fake hardcore with my classic characters when we started this show was fun, but it was all fake. There was a safety net. If I fell off the trapeze, while it's scary to fall, I'm gonna, I wasn't gonna ever die. My character, all my characters are still alive and kicking, including Vera. Hope I heard a little snatch of music in the background. I think that's probably, I don't know, since I have Icy Veins still up in the background. Trying to get these stupid things. We still have 3 more Geomancers. There's a lot of ore right around here, which I like, but I don't necessarily want to go fight all these buttholes for it. And that's what happens. That's how you start to fall behind. Alright, so we still need 3 Thorn Weavers, and I still need... Yeah, see, it's not showing the Mancrick thing on there. I still need 5 more. I should be able to get... I should be able to get 5 tusks from killing those 3, I would think. If not, like, maybe we'll have to kill 1 more or something. But and that's good. We can, you know what, while we're here, let's go make a run over real quick, because we're getting probably near to we've accomplished a lot. He had a lot of quests tightly packed together. Nothing where we really had to run around. Like, this is kind of in my opinion, this is Warcraft Classic at its best, where you can run around and kill and have a lot of different objectives. And I think that that's why they gravitated to that kind of thing in... Oh, I do. I just have my thing scrolled down. It is there. There it is. That Questy scrolled down. I think that's maybe new. The fact that you could even do that. But I think they kind of went overboard with it. Like, now it's so... I mean, it's convenient, but so many of the quests are just so quick and so easy. The rotations, the actual characters are more fun. It's like it's very simplistic. What you can potentially do with your characters in Classic compared to the much more complicated rotations, and so sometimes it goes a little too far. The raid bosses, the mechanics for bosses are super cool. in retail. I think his wife's dead. Mancrick's wife is... Oh, spoiler, I'm sorry. We're looking for Mancrick's wife. That's all I know. Oh, look, here's a beaten corpse.
The body is that of a female orc warrior.
Oh,
it is clear that
she's
she
talking
died in
to us.
battle, probably against the Quillboar in the area.
Okay, so the beaten corpse just said that to us. I inspect the body further.
You turn the body over and see the marks from blades and spells upon the deceased orc. Her armor all but destroyed, her hair matted to her face. Based on Mancrick's description of her, there is no doubt in your mind that this was his wife. He will be upset by the news, but you are sure he should know the truth. Should...
He should know the truth. Emphasis on the should. But you are sure he should know the truth. Will we tell him the truth? I don't know. So that's how you can kind of tell it's like a little chat GPT instead of a human that creates this, because the beaten corpse, because that was the object generating the text, it did not it talked to us. Alright, so let's go kill our last 3 Thornweavers. There should be some over here. We'll also keep an eye out for Lakotamani on the way back, and that could probably be one more we tack on before things get really spicy. Is that Lakotamani? No, that's just a Thunderhawk hatchling. There's a Thornweaver. Ah, I am so rageful right now. I care more than anyone else. Oh, I was too slow. No one is as upset about me as I am about these thorns. Grr. Right. But no, I like Darok. He's cool. It's fun to be a tank. It's just a little bit of a slow rotation. You gotta be a little bit careful. And that's, honestly, that has not... I mean, I haven't played my Protection Warrior since Dragonflight came out, and things have really, really changed a lot. Like, I did go back and play my... I think I mentioned this on an episode as well. I did go back and play my Restoration Druid, which used to be, hands down, the most terrible class to level with. Like, I am like a grinder. I usually refuse to change. Perfect timing. We got our 60th tusk as we killed our last guy. That is just good planning. Good coordination. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make a run through Lakotamani's little spawn path. Should be okay. Throw some stuff in. I'm going to ignore that guy. Oh, there it is. I was completely wrong. Oh yeah, this Washte Pone down here. That's the one that is a.
I'm out of range.
That is a little flying. I guess I'll use my thing since this is a little bit of a tougher one. Use some of my stuff. Oops, I ran out of time, I guess. Use my revenge on him. Alright, so not too tough. We did get the horn. Dagnabbit. I was trying to do something with Storm's now. Yeah, see, we interrupted his... Look, he's already recasting again. You turkey. Alright, so now we're just gonna go to, let's look at his horn. The hoof of Lakotamani, I mean. The hoof of Lakotamani is a symbol of the strength of the great code. Okay, so then we have, but look, it's still appearing there. I think maybe it appears until you turn it in. Alright, so we will turn these quests in, including these 2 to Mancrick. Actually, I think I'll skip the 2 to Mancrick. We will turn those 2 into Mancrick after, and then next time we'll come and we'll turn those in. We will speak to him. We'll go down there. We'll do the Maren Sky Seer before we... You know what we could do, though? We can make one last run at the Harvester. Where's my cross... Set to the crossroads. Yeah, so I will... We can make one last Harvester run. Let's do that. Because you never know, and if we're gonna catch them, this is what you gotta do. And we got really about we're about 5 minutes under on our time, so we will use that time rather than just cutting early. Let's use that time to make another crack at the Harvester, and then next time we have some good stuff to do. We've got Silithid eggs. Still can get those lightning glands. We have some weapons of choice. We have a pretty good chunk, but I mean they're all densely clumped together. So other than the Harvester, stupid Harvester, I think we maybe 1 to 2 more sessions. It depends on if we get stuck with some doozies, and then he'll be fully done with the Barrens, and we'll be moving on to Thousand Needles, which is a little scary. I guess he has some that he could probably try to handle, but I mean hopefully we will level up to at least around 26 before we head into the Thousand Needles, because the Thousand Needles that's a tough place to be. You should really be in your... What did I write down? The maximum, I'll tell you right now, the maximum Thousand Needles quests are 44. So there are level 44 quests that spawn there. Now that doesn't mean that a lot. Sometimes there could be a big gap, like in Darkshore. There's that huge gap where you have to come back and do the tower quests, and I'm hoping it's like that, because that's 20 quests away. So, or we'll get close around level 40, we'll party up. But even so, that means we would be, that's 16 quests away. I think that's just a normal pack of Kodos. Yeah, woolly Kodo. Which we don't really need. Alright, so we're gonna go do one more run at the Harvester. Luckily, I don't see, if you notice, you just don't see a lot of chat. This server cluster, and perhaps WoW Classic in general, except maybe the hardcore is, they're going to try to do Renaissance. It is all Alliance. When and if we do any PvP, I'm going to probably want to go Alliance if we have any hopes of winning, because it's just so much. The Alliance is popping. Horde is opposite of poppin'. Whatever the opposite of poppin' is. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and turn the that was tin, which is gonna get me some bronze. Alright, so we're just gonna peek into these for a second. They're so brightly colored that it gets my hopes up right away. I'm like, oh, that looks like a big, bright colored freakish bug. That must be it. No. Nope, that's just how they look. So, typically I just come in here. This is the weaker side, by the way. This is the side where there's less likelihood of them spawning. And if you look, it doesn't even really hardly say they spawn here. But I do like to just take a peek. Like I said, I've heard some stories, a couple stories online, people finding him here. He's not that hard, I don't think. I really wish I had some potions. I'm a little bit bummed that I don't. That's scary. I gotta do what we gotta do with no potions involved. I mean, at least I now have Last Stand. 30% of your max life for 20 seconds, so that is, that's a straight up Last Stand. Okay, good thing is I haven't seen any other people playing. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it gives me hope. The one time I encountered him, I think I kind of did what I'm doing right now. I just sort of ran up in there, and then he was just chilling. I want that copper, though. I want it so bad to fight like 3 silver for it. Yeah, like maybe right around where that guy is. He was. I kind of feel like it was just right here. He was just sitting. He wasn't patrolling or anything. He was just chilling. But no, I don't see him at all. And for whatever reason, it really marks that spot. I don't have any indication that that is anything as magical about that spot as opposed to any of the other spawn spots. I think it's just whoever drew it up. It's like, yeah, just mark it. Yeah, look, these are all just... I have a macro made. That's unfortunate. Oh, busting. So, okay, we'll go turn our quests in. No harvester this time. No big deal. I mean, at least it's generating my rage. I need 25 rage to use the intimidating shout. What are they even doing to me? Oh, there's the... Cool. That's cool, guys. Cleared the way for me to get more copper. Yeah, and then that Aeon Swift Strider or whatever, we are going to have to just hope somebody can hear us when we call. We call out. Somebody's out there. Is there anyone out there? Anybody listening? Listening? Okay. So let's go turn this in, and yeah, and I will. We'll log, and I'll probably send my guy on the flight over to Orgrimmar to get his new skills. Maybe tinker around with some blacksmithing. I don't know how effective. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we have 38 ore that can build like 2 swords, so yeah, the Aeon Swift, and the thing also, all it is, it's kind of a ridiculous quest because you'd have to kill 4 level 25-ish elites that are kind of pinned together, and then after you've killed them, you get a letter, the runed scroll, and the only thing it is it's a breadcrumb quest that leads you up there to the Morshan Ramparts. That's it. Doesn't lead to anything else. Doesn't give you anything good. Doesn't give a lot of XP. It's just, I don't know. I don't even know if you can read the scroll, because technically, from a lore perspective, it's not in your language. So, I don't know. All right, that was good. We did a lot. We didn't have any deaths. That's a rare occurrence on this show. Cross your fingers. We still have a field to cross here. We got. If you look at our questy, we have a pretty. A couple of those are breadcrumbs, but we turned in a couple, so probably did 8 or so quests. That is rare also, that we can get that many done. Yeah, all pretty good, stuff. Pretty good stuff. And yeah, I don't know why I had in my head that, I do know why, it's just because of the trio system, but I really had in my head that I was going to be, I came down here and sat down ready to do, what's his name, my Nessingwary, and start working on the Red Ridge Elites again. So I was in a totally different headspace, and this is a lot more casual. There was no stress on this episode. A little bit longer, but honestly not longer of a time commitment. It's longer of me on camera, but picking up the quests, then making a video, and then finishing the stuff that I would have done off camera, wrapping up that whole zone. That all would have probably taken me at least an hour and a half. So there we go. All right, so let's do Tribes at War. What? We don't get They don't have boar? Great.
Yes, filled with joy because finally the bristleback know my tribe's pain, Orc. That is how I should feel. That is not the case. You aid your people and they honor you. Mangletooth aids his people, and what do? They turn their backs on him. They forget him and leave him to rot in cage. I aid them even from locked behind bars, and they send no one to save me.
Alright, and then Blood Shards of Agamagan is a one-time quest he will give you. Yeah, Questy doesn't, voiceover doesn't know what to do with this. So this is a one-time, and this will open up that line of all the quests.
Along with the thorns, the blood affecting other aspects of the earth. Blood-red stones mixed in with other minerals. The bristleback dig up these shards and carry them as totems for strength in battle, and as totems for their magics. I know the secrets of that magic. Bring Mangletooth one of these blood shards to show you understand. Bring Mangletooth many of the shards, and he will bless you with Quillborn magic. The magic of Agamagan.
Alright, so of course we already have it done.
Our tribes flock to the thorny areas throughout the Barrens because they are holy places, but none as holy as Razorfen. Agamagan's body makes up the entirety of the Razorfen. But the Downs are especially protected because the entrance is made from his great maw. He will swallow whole those not loyal to him and spit out their bodies after he's chewed them up. Agamagan has left his body behind to protect us, and he gives of his spirit so we may protect him.
Alright, so that's Razorfen down, and what's Razorfen crawl? I don't even know which one comes first.
Ah, you do understand. My words were not lost on your ears, Orc. Mangletooth may be caged, but no cage can stop Agamagan's power! The touch of the shard, the feel of it, has been a long time, Orc. You know what it is like to have your power severed from you. But that is a tale for another time. I promised you information. I promised you Agamagan's power. My people turned their backs on Mangletooth. Now I lose you upon them.
I lose you, it should say. Okay. So there is betrayal from within. He has another quest in the quest chain.
3 of my tribe came out of the crawl to lead the raids against the Horde, Orc. They are ruthless and cunning, and if you defeat them, your crossroads and even most of the Barrens will learn peace. At least from the Razormane tribe. Nock, Guz, and Loch Orcbane are the ones you seek. They are far to the south of the Barrens. One is a spellcaster, another a tracker, and their leader, the one called Orcbane, is a warrior. Kill them, Orc, like they have killed me.
And then there are, as you can see, 6 different ones. The Spirit of the Wind. I'm not even going to do his voice. If we give him 10 shards, he will give you speed. It will not last long, but it should help you travel. So it's a 10 shard buff. I really don't know how long it lasts. I think it's very short, like a few seconds. His strength, this is only 4 shards, and he will give you, I think, like a 30-minute strength blessing. All of the others are either 30 minutes or an hour. This gives you 4 shards for agility. Okay, so I guess I'll read it. I will need 4 blood shards if you wish. Agamagan's strength, Orc. Your foes will cower before your strength for you to be given this blessing. Snort. The Razormane's greatest warriors are infused with such power. The Spirit of the Wind says, bring Mangletooth 10 blood shards and I will bless you with great speed. You'll run with Jevra and the wind will be jealous of you. It will not last long, but it should be enough to help you travel through the Barrens. My tribe's greatest scouts are said to be unrivaled in their accuracy, and no rogue, Snort, could measure up to their quickness in battle. Bring me 4 blood shards, and I'll make you even more agile than any Bloodmore. Oh, and then there's a second text. How many blood shards do we have first? Okay, I have a ton. I think I can do all the buffs, so let's just go ahead and do them. Okay, so the second page of the Spirit. Actually, I'll go from bottom to the top. So there's Razorhide. All those who snort enter battle have need of protection. Their bones must be strong, their skin tough. Snort, my tribe knows this as well, and to add to the natural protection our quills and hide give us, we often call upon Agamagan to protect us from harm before we go to war. Bring me 4 blood shards, and I will grant you the same protection. It gives us razor hide, which is essentially, it says go to war, Orc. So that gives us a 10-minute thorn buff. It gives you armor and thorns. Rising Spirit. Warriors of all types have need of strong spirit. It drives you to greater feats when all hope has been lost. This is not unknown to the Razormane. We are a spiritual tribe. We're more proud of our connection to Agamagan than our prowess in battle. Bring me 4 blood shards and I'll bless your spirit for battle. Gives you a buff called Rising Spirit. Our greatest warriors and our greatest shamans would envy your will, Orc. Defeat more of the Bristlebacks knowing that they cannot stop you. And that gives a 30-minute spirit buff. Spirit of 25. Wisdom of Agamagan. The shaman and geomancers of the Quilboar tribes call upon the strength of Agamagan to help them in battle and in their rituals. Orc, if you too wish the added power of Agamagan's blessing with your spells, then bring me 4 blood shards and Mangletooth will aid you. Your enemies should fear you even more, Orc. Tell Mangletooth tales of your cunning in battle when next we meet, be it in this life or the next. And now you get Wisdom of Agamagan, 10 to Intellect for 30 minutes. Agamagan's Agility, we already read the first part. May your aim be unerring and the mark of your weapon be true. Orc, Agamagan's spirit is with you. Return to me if you wish. Mangletooth will bless you again if the great boar god deems me worthy. He gives you Agamagan's Agility, 10 Agility for 30 minutes. Strength when the second part says, if only Mangletooth were free to see you decimate those who betrayed him. I thank you for destroying more of the Bristleback by gathering these shards. Please continue to do so and I will continue to aid you. And that is a 10 Strength for 30 minutes and Spirit of the Wind. Good, go with Agamagan's Spirit as your guide. Orc, return to me if you desire more of Agamagan's magic. That's a 5-minute speed buff, so that's actually still pretty long, and that's pretty good. So I'm like buffed out. If you really did all the time grinding that. So while I'm still questing here, I'm not even going to sell the rest of my things. I'm just going to keep these in case I want to cash in some buffs.
I've been expecting.
Especially when we go fight that Aeon lady. Varrock, when you approached, I saw a new power in your stride. Tell me, has your spirit met with the great Lakotamani?
Lakotamani is called Earthshaker in our language, and his steps are like gathered thunder. He is with you now, and his courage mingles with yours. Together there is no conflict you cannot face. Walk tall, adventurer. Walk tall, Earthshaker.
Thanks, bro. Alright, so that's it for there. We do have these other couple quests to turn in, and I actually am tempted right now while we have the speed buff, and we're all buffed up to heck. Let's just run out real quick. Just on the off chance that we see this lady. We'll just go up to the top. We're not going to do her whole cycle. But I wonder, if we're as buffed as we are, what kind of damage we could do to this girl. With thorns, I wonder, to this squad, because we could, I bet you if I threw this battle retaliation on with the thorns I have going, I could probably kill some of them. And then res, because, and they will not respawn so long, there they are. That. There is all 4 of them. Okay. So this is, here we go. I'm going to try it. Let's, okay, I'm just gonna charge in and see what I can do. I did die. I did not kill even one of them. Wasn't even close. So that's unfortunate. But it was, you know, it was worth checking out. So I just wanted to see if it could happen. Even with all those buffs. Spoiler alert, no. So I ran in, and as you can see though, they were very strong. I probably could have caught the intimidating shout. I probably could have done it better if we're being real. But I don't think I was even close. My life was low, pretty fast. I don't even know why. Well, I was planning on just doing the, just taking the res sickness to wrap up the level. But hey, no, I lost it. I'm just gonna take the res sickness because I was planning on going back to Orgrimmar anyway. All right, so next time we will do that. We'll go to the crossroads. We will look at our warrior stuff. We now know that we're gonna have to recruit probably a couple people to do that quest. And no biggie. All right, everybody. There. You know what? I just didn't want to have an episode where I didn't die. That's unacceptable. I was like, what? I didn't. What? I gotta change that. All right, thank you everybody so much for watching, for listening. We got another episode in the pipe 5x5, and I look forward to seeing everybody next time on Lore